Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to another episode of our Black Myth Wukong Let's Play, and we're back in the Flaming Mountain. Start of Chapter 5. We cleaned up what we needed to do in Chapter 4, and we're back here exploring. New archer. Actually, same enemy. We fought this last time. Someone's hitting someone. Not us, though. Ooh, we got quite the fight. Alright, I'm not sure who we are supposed to help. We can't get up on high ground. And there's a lot of fire damage going on. Let's read the codex and see what's actually going on first. Oh, this is so long now. We have to go down like this. The fire cows. And the enemy that we have, I guess, met but haven't killed. So the Kingdom of Pure Happiness has a government official who's one of the ministers. He did not believe in talks of ghosts and gods and was actually quite cruel in his dealings at court. And to get to his high post, he killed many people along the way. Then near death, so basically when he was quite old, he caught a cold and really couldn't get up from bed and spent most of his time, passing out and sleeping. And in his rest, he had a dream that there was a roaring fire, and from the fire came two cow-headed monsters, and they stood up straight like humans, and they wore armor, and they said that, the kings of hell is asking them to bring him to hell, to the underworld, and that he has a little time to basically get his orders in place. He's about to die. He wakes up from his dream and thought about all the evil things he'd done in his life and is quite scared. So he summons his family and asks them to go invite Buddhist monks, Taoist monks to come home and perform rituals to try to help him basically do better in the afterlife. And he also started to donate his wealth. He opened up, charity stations, passing out food like kanji, giving money to the poor, donating and building 5 temples, covering 20 statues in gold, a Buddha statue in this case. And for a period of time, because of his actions, he's the talk of the town, and everyone's praising him. Then in another night, he had another dream, and the cow-headed monster comes to him with the edict in hand, and it says it's his time, and they have summoned his soul to go to the underworld. Now at this point he's resisting. He says, I've been doing so many charitable things lately, even if, let's say, I can't live to 100, surely these actions can, correct some of the wrongs I done and extend my life. One of the cow monster explains, yes, you have done many good things, but you have also framed many good officials in the past and allowed many of your subordinates to, you also framed many of your subordinates. You also, cheated farmers. You also kidnapped people and taken people's goods. And today, the king of the underworld needs you to go to court to verify these cases. So you must go today. And the other cow monster laughs. Good is good, bad is bad. So basically these two things don't cancel each other out. And you are clearly a corrupt official. So today is the day you have to die. And as they finished their sentence, they used these iron chains and tied his soul and dragged him into these roaring flames as he entered the underworld. And that night, he basically died. Wait, we fought an elite? Or did we meet an elite? Is it question marks here? Yep. Oh, it's a war cart. It's a fire cart from the Red Boy in the original novel. I guess that's explained the fireball coming down from the sky? That's probably from the cart. Let's go. And that might be the other monster that we... Oh no! This is Elite 2. The fireball is a problem. Let's go find the cart. I can't find the source of the cart. I guess we take care of the cow first. Ow. Okay, no fireballs here. We'll fight here. He's slow. Okay, that's a very delayed. Another one, the small monsters died below, and we got a codex entry even though we didn't kill them. Ooh, how did we miss that? Wait, we lost the lock on him. He died? We can talk to him now. Okay. Let me go clean up the mess down here. And then we'll come back to him. Ooh, fireball. A lot of chests. I think we killed everyone and everything. Oh, there's something big. That's the cart. Okay, we can climb up and go kill that thing and stop these fireball. Alright, I don't think we're allowed to go down here. Just want to check everything here real quick. Two chests. I think there's one more up there too. I don't think we can get hurt when we open, so we should be safe. So he recognized that we are like Wukong's monkey, and he was fighting the ghost troops earlier, but somehow he lost his, conscience when he's in the middle of the fight. So basically he acknowledges that, obviously the Bull Demon King and Wukong were sworn brothers, so they were friendly. And he knows that we're here for Wukong's relic, and he says that his leader, the Bull Demon King, he's the vanguard for the Bull Demon King, knows where it is, so we can go in and go find it. But he doesn't know how he lost control when he's fighting those underworld troops. Wait, is he just a minion? A cow captain. I don't think this is him. I think this is the random one we got when we were fighting him on the side. But basically the story happened 300 years ago. Dali Wang, so he's the cow demon lord's name, the big strength king. He has not returned from the celestial court, and the red boy is cultivating at the South Sea because in the original novel, the red boy was tamed by Guan Yin, and he became one of the disciples of Guan Yin who accompany her. That's why he's cultivating at the South Sea, where Guan Yin resides. And during this time, when the Bull King and the Red Boy, the son of the Bull King, are both missing, the Mountain of Flame, where we are, there's peace here. And there was one day, 碧水金金兽, it's quite a powerful beast that appeared in the original novel. This beast appointed one of the captains and made him the head of all the captains. And because he had many duties now that he's the head of the captains, he moved into the Raksha Palace. So Rakshas are a race of, I guess, demons of sorts, typically female. The Iron Fan Princess is a Raksha, so I guess it'll be her palace. And he's residing inside this palace, and he got basically assigned to a room on the west side. And he has a side room too. Okay, and then he decided to live in the side room, but keep the main room as a place where he can host guests. Then one morning when he woke up, he found out that the room that he kept to serve guests was tidied up over the night. And there's not, a dust there. All the chairs and table has been scrubbed. There are fresh fruit presented in the, plates. There are new tea in the cup. And he became quite shocked and thought about all the girls who serve the Iron Fan Princess, or I guess Princess is fine. And as well as the Fox girls who serve, this is where Princess becomes a little weird. I guess Iron Fan Lady, she's the wife of the Bull Demon King. And the princess or the young daughter name, there's a Fox daughter who is getting service here. Now, because this is a Fox daughter, I think she's the result of the Bull Demon King's affair in the original novel with one of the Fox ladies. So she's probably the daughter of the Bull Demon King, but not the daughter of the Iron Fan Princess, right? She's the result of the affair. And then he thought about that there are other guards who constantly make fun of him, and now that he's been promoted, and then basically he's feeling kind of good. He's thinking someone's taking care of him, maybe one of the maids, like him. And this, suddenly makes him feel a little bit confident about himself and thinking back about all the teasing he used to get from the other captains. And for many months, this kind lady would come every night, where he doesn't know. He's sleeping in the side room, and she cleans up everything. And then in the morning, he has everything prepared for. But she doesn't want to meet. She basically doesn't appear to him, right? They don't meet for many months. And he finally can't stand it anymore. So that night, he hid in the main room and waited really late into the night. And then he heard footsteps, and the footstep becomes quite heavy. And this made him feel a little weird, because usually, the maids aren't going to have heavy steps. But, he's been waiting for so long, he didn't care, so he waited. And the moment the door opened, he leaped out and tackled the person, hugging them, embracing them. And he found out that the person he's holding is quite tough and big. And he couldn't really hold him in a big hug. And the other person basically grunted a little bit. And the sound is of a cow captain. And he says, I'm a little bit OCD. I like cleanliness. And I see your room is always so dirty. So every night after I get done with my patrol, I come here and clean up for you. You don't need to be, this kind to repay me. So he thought, a girl was taking care of him, but it's just one of his fellow captains who, might like him. But the explanation is he's a little bit OCD and can't stand the dirtiness. Do you have another line? Just curious. Oh, there's monsters in the mountain. And he doesn't know why these ghost troops are here. The gate pass upstairs. Oh. So they don't know what the war carts are. Well, they're clearly Red Boy's cart. So Red Boy's back in the Mountain of Flame, which is not his home in the novel. He went to a different cave, and he appears much earlier in the novel and was tame. And by the time Wukong and the party went to the Mountain of Flame, his old sworn brother was quite pissed that he got his son, captured by Guan Yin and is now a disciple of Guan Yin. But, his son, to be fair, was trying to eat Tang Seng. Oh, he knows. He knows. He knows the carts are the Red Boys. So they're the five element or 5 phases cart. He's calling them the coffin carts because they kind of look like a coffin. And I guess each one corresponds to a different element. And the Chinese element will be fire, water, earth, wood, and metal. Anything else? The carts are blocking their way up the mountain. And he feels like it's kind of odd that these carts are here guarding these choke points and blocking everyone from going up the mountain. So he's gonna, keep his post down here to guard the entry to the mountain. He wants us to go take care of the carts. And he feels pretty important that he has to guard the entrance. I think that might be it. Yep, we're getting a repeat. So Red Boy came back, summoned ghost troops, and put his cart to block the way up the mountain. Okay, alright. I mean, he's blocking his dad's troop from going back up. That's definitely a fire element. Let's see if we can use this on it. We'll fight fire with fire. Although this one, 赤铁, might be the metal element as well. They might all be fire attacks because that's how it was in the original novel. Not a lot of space here to do stuff. Okay, at least he flinched to that. That just burns. Hold on. Ooh, that burns a lot. I'm gonna get rid of the burn effect and just keep hitting him. He doesn't do much. Except for try to burn me. Ooh, he doesn't stop. Okay, that's terrible for us. Alright, do more of that. Less of the fire breathing. Alright, we can get a flinching maybe. Ow. He gets the fire through. Okay. I guess we just stay to the side and avoid the flames. Almost dead. Just really tanky and blocks the way. Alright, the 5-element war carts. In the Mountain of Flame, the Red Boy is about to welcome his 100th birthday. This is way back. This can't be now. Because he was born during the original journey. And we're hundreds of years after that. He's quite happy, and he's asking the local soil deity, it's about to be my birthday. Could you let me go out and play for a while? The soil deity says, your father has asked me to look after you, and I'm supposed to keep watch while you cultivate here, so basically study here, and you can't really go out and play. He says, I already learned how to use the 三味真火. So this is like a special fire. It's the one that Wukong was getting cooked in the celestial cauldron. It cannot be put out by water. And he asks, can I rest for a bit? We also seen this label for the yellow wind. So basically 三味风, now that we have the fire version of it. And as he says this, he grunts and he's quite angry, and a fireball comes out from his nostrils as he grunts. The soil deity shakes his head and says, teaching you how to use this fire is because we want you to use this fire to cook pills. If you just, freely breathe fire and waste your energy on it, it just ends up being nothing but silly tricks. And the deity continues that your different organs belongs to different elements, right? Your 5 elements or 5 phases. Gun, which is your liver, is attributed to the element of wood. And wood give birth to fire. Your heart is the element of fire, and from fire give birth to soil. And your pee, what is pee translated as? I want to say bladder is earth, and earth give birth to metal, and metal is your lung, and your lung give birth to the metal gives birth to water, and your kidney belongs to water, and water thus give birth to wood again, back to liver, and the cycle of the 5 phases or 5 elements is the cycle of your body internally as well. And once you learn the ability to use this special type of fire, you're supposed to use it to, not cook, but to help cultivate your 5 internal organs flow. So basically, you're supposed to kind of use the energy of this fire to kind of cycle through your organs through the 5 phases and make yourself stronger and cultivate with it. At this point, the red boy is getting a little bit bored and impatient about the lesson, says, okay, I know, I'm going to go cultivate. On the day of his birthday, his father, the Bull Demon King, hosted a big feast in the mountain and invited many, many friends here. The red boy ordered his small monsters. He has quite a few followers in the original novel. And they pushed out 5 little carts. And these monsters arranged the cart according to the 5 elements: 金木水火土, metal, wood, water, fire, earth. And he walked into the middle of the courtyard or plaza they're hosting the feast. He chanted some spell, and from his mouth came fire, and from his nose came thick smoke. And as he blinked, the fire flames were born as the 5 carts all had fire gushing out of them. So basically he transferred his fire ability onto these carts, and he made them on his 100th birthday. Seeing this, the soil deity is quite unhappy, as he feels like this kid, is too playful. Teach him this thing and want him to use it properly. He doesn't do it. He instead invents something new to use this ability. And he's worried that in the future, it's going to be difficult for him to, end up great, right? And it's going to ruin something very important. So basically, they have big plans for him. But seeing that he's using these abilities they're trying to teach him for these playful things like the cards that he make, they're kind of disappointed. But the Bull Demon King is quite happy seeing this. And despite the fact that his son is currently not that strong, he has the knowledge to craft these magical items to come assist him, and is quite innovative. So he orders his followers to help his son make 5 even bigger war carts to utilize this 5-element ability. And from that point on, the 5 carts became his attendants. And within 100 years, these 5 carts also, the fire, just not ordinary fire anymore, they learn the Sanwei Zhenhua ability that he had. So basically super strong fire, and they became, super powerful monsters within these mountains in their own right. It's kind of the origins of these carts. The carts in the original novels dealt Wukong quite a painful battle, and Wukong was burned quite badly by them. I feel like we might have missed stuff going from that last shrine to this one. The spring-autumn camp. What a way to name things. Very historical. Okay, our gourd is missing a ton of stuff. We could recover at this station, because we also use plenty of mana. Mostly on invisibility so that we don't have to be burned. Fire protection cloak might be the way to go here, compared to the needle. I mean, it's called the Mountain of Flames, so... Yeah, there's a spirit up ahead, a will that we didn't pick up. We basically didn't go left. Okay, there might not be much left, though. I don't think we can jump down here. So it might just be this. Yeah, there's no going up either. Okay, at least we didn't miss anything. Gonna reset at the next shrine and change our item a little bit. I think the fire protection cloak is probably needed here. This is the easier way to get up. That's where we just came up from. We do have a weapon that's good when we poison enemies. And we also have a available set that could improve our damage when we are poisoned and reduce the damage we take when we're poisoned. But we don't have enough gold threads to make that whole set. I think we just finished this helmet that we couldn't make earlier because we were missing the horns. And the rest would just depend on the gold thread that we get. Ah. New area. New shop. And new ingredient. Fire minerals. We might buy some of these. Oh, fire dates. 2 new things. Alright. I think we're good. Minus the cloak change. Greatly improve our fire resistance, and we also don't take damage from molten ground. And if we use it, we can slowly increase our focus point for the staff, and also immune ourselves to fire. I think it's going to be quite handy. Archer on the bridge? Classic. Ow. We're slow. A prisoner? Did we just massacre someone? Oh, a ghost troop. A burnt corpse. Same kingdom of pure delight. There was another big official who has been officials for many generations, and his father was the one who died earlier. The big official who suddenly died. And his family, you know, is still quite esteemed. Oh, but in the same year that his father died, not long after, he died as well, the son. And his spirit, you know, kind of hazily went into the depth of hell, and he saw many horrifying scenes. And finally, in front of a big stone gate, he stopped, and looking inside, there are many burnt bodies, and their bodies basically being burnt to crisp by these flames. And you can't really tell who they looked like before, because all the burning, and they're all wearing these I guess how would these be translated? This is basically a Chinese version of the handcuff, but it's made of wood. You put your head and your hands through it, and it clamps you down. Basically what we saw when he's waiting. And he sees they're basically all tied up like this, inside getting burned. And one of the burnt corpse saw him and struggled to get up, but says to him, Zirong, his name, I'm your father. And Zirong is not only his name, it's his baby name. So Chinese naming system, you have a baby name you use in your family, so kind of like your childhood nickname. And then you have your birth name, which is your official name. But then once you come of age, you also get a style name, which is more or less the name you actually use in public. And, you know, obviously no one's going to know your baby name unless it's your family. So hearing this and seeing the burnt corpse calling out to him, he kind of believes that, you know, this might be my dad. So he goes up and asks, Dad, you know, I've been doing so many, you know, rituals out there to try to help your spirit ease in the underworld. How come you still ended up here? The burnt body says, it doesn't work. You know, whatever charity work you do, it's only gonna, you know, credit you in the next life. Right? It's karma for your next life. But all the sins that you do need to be repaid first in the underworld. And there's too many people that died because of me. And this is why the kings of the underworld punished me and sent me here. Right? There's different levels of hell in Chinese mythology. And this was one particular level. And every day he has to suffer through the pain of being burned. And he says to his son, please don't be like me. As he finishes sentence, there are many other burnt body that comes out, calling out to them. There are 5 particular ones, and it's actually his grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather. So basically 6 of them, they all did bad things in their life, and they're all in this same level of hell, and they're all getting burned every day. And they're all now lecturing their descendant and saying, don't be like us. After a while later, a gust of wind blows by and the door closes, and he actually wakes up, comes back to life basically. And from that point on, he stopped doing basically what his family's been doing, but because he's, you know, taking less bribes and doing less bad things, he's starting to live kind of a poor life, and he can't really stand it. So he started to tell himself that was just a dream, and he returned to exactly how he lived before. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell humans to, delay, not only to delay enjoyment, but to actually suffer for later enjoyment. I knew that was gonna happen. We were gonna lock onto someone else. Might as well kill the other one too. Yeah, that's the more standard Chinese handcuff. Ooh, just molten ground burned the land. Okay. He also swings after he dies. The black-faced ghost, also a troop of the underworld. He's a troop of people who died because they got framed. So basically they're good people, but they died because someone framed them, and they end up as the black-faced ghost. And instead of just summoning spirits to the underworld like most other officials of the underworld, their main job is to defend the city of the framed. And they have the ability to light their blades aflame, and these blades can burn even spirits, so the ghost, to dust. And because of this, their bodies are always a little bit charred. And then, on a particular day, there were two such black-faced ghosts who were guarding in front of the city gate. And there was one spirit who tried to sneak his way into this gate. Because I guess in the city of the framed, they're treated a lot better in the underworld compared to the different levels of hell that people get burned and suffered for doing bad things. But one of these spirits tried to sneak into the city and was caught. One of the black-faced ghosts raised his flaming blade and wanted to strike down that spirit on the spot. The spirit pleads for mercy and says, two big bros, two of you, please let me go. Let me go back to the world of the living. If I do, I'm going to burn 10, chests full of gold ingots. Obviously fake paper gold ingots, right? In Chinese custom, you burn paper goods, right? Fire burn the paper away. And whatever the paper good is in the shape of or color of, the person who you're trying to burn it to, most usually your ancestors, will receive it in the underworld. So you have paper money, you have paper cars, paper phones nowadays as well, cell phones. You have paper, anything you can think of. And, on certain holidays, you might burn it to your ancestors so that they can live well in the underworld. So he's basically promising, I'm going to go buy 10 chests full of gold ingots, paper gold ingots. So basically paper ingots colored in gold color. And I'm going to burn it to you guys so that you guys are rich here in the underworld. And the other black-faced ghost blocks the first ghost from killing him and tells this spirit, how about we make a bet? If you win, I'll let you go back. But if you lose, then you can't really blame us. So basically we'll play a game over this. And the ghost asks him, how do we bet? He says, the bet's going to be simple. Of all the people, so apparently in this city you have a chance to go back to the living. And people wait in queues to enter the city. And they're guarding it. Then the bet is basically, of all the people who will be in queue to enter the city today, would everyone want to go back to the world of living like you do? And we'll make it simple. If there are even half the amount of people who desires to go back to the world of living, then we'll consider you win. So basically, if more than half say they don't really want the chance to go back to the world of living, then he loses. As he finished saying this, he hands over a piece of paper and pen, a brush, I guess, and tells the spirit to wait here in front of the gate. And every new spirit that walks by in the queue, he will record their name and their sort of last thought before they died to record that down. And by the time the city gate was about to close for the day, the spirit goes and finds these two guards and says, I won. And the ghost spirit, takes a look at the list that he has and compares it to the official list that they have.
and sees that all the names match up and all the numbers match up. And he even wrote down, many things that these spirits said that wasn't on the official document. So they're quite content and quite happy about his job. So they gave him, a couple, they didn't say what good things, but maybe like extra food, extra money. I have no idea, but they gave him some benefits and says that, but the city gate's already closed for today. Come back tomorrow, right? You don't have a chance to go back to the world living because the city gate has already been closed. And for many months, he would come every day and they would make the same bet every day. And eventually, this spirit doesn't even argue about going back to the world, real world anymore. He basically just became a clerk for these gate guards, and he dropped all connections to the mortal realm. As after all, life needs to be lived forward. So, should you, stubbornly keep to your original target? And there's really no answer for this. The most important thing is whatever you decide, make sure you're wholly committed to it. So basically, they were tricking him, but
he kind of enjoyed what he was doing and they gave him benefits every time. So basically, he got a job here. How many swings does he do? Okay. Still quite linear. Not a lot of places to jump down. Not complaining. That makes exploring a little bit easier. Alright, we got ourselves another bat. Let's get him first. And of course, we're in the detection range of the bat. Great. Ooh, those are feathers? Nope, they're bats. So, talons? Flaming bat. The Mountain of Flame have many caves, and in most of these caves, there are lava. So, it's not really fit for living. And it's also not fit for cultivating, as there are also a lot of very cool caves, like chilling, like temperature cool caves. Not a lot, but so basically it says to find a very cooling cave is very difficult in the mountain because it's Mountain of Flame. But these bats that are excellent flyers often can find these comfortable caves on the cliff. So for them, it's easy to find. So because of this, many of the monsters in the mountain, because they're seeking caves to go cultivate in, and they can't do it in the lava caves, so they would track these bats and follow them to the caves that they find and then take over the cave for themselves. And as these small bat monsters frequently get the caves that they find taken over, they become quite mad. So they eventually moved into the Cauldron Valley. So obviously, given the name, very, very hot. And in that land, the surrounding cliff have waterfalls of lava, and the ground is like rivers of lava. And none of the monsters really want to live there. So everyone's trying to convince them to find a different place. But these small bats monsters basically ignored all these advice and says that the comfortable areas, we can't win them over when you guys keep going after them and tracking us. So we're going to find these like extreme areas. And this time, cultivation for us is that either we live or we die, right? We're going to go to a very extreme environment and try to adapt to the place. And this way, we don't have to get bullied every day. Fortunately, this kind of determination helped them succeed in their cultivation. And even though they were burnt many times in the flowing lava, it gifted them a fire skin. And to avoid these burning lava that would spill over, they got faster. And the lesson here is there is no set path in the world. Maybe a lot of people walk the same path,
because it's smoother and easier, and that going for a different path might come with many difficulties or much suffering. People might make fun of you, but if you can overcome this, then you will enjoy a very unique reward. I think this is developers kind of giving them a little pat on the back for taking this AAA route in a Chinese gaming market that is very much very mobile game based, gacha game based. Okay, that isn't that a cow monster? Shouldn't he be fighting these underworld? Okay, maybe he's not a cow. That face does not look like a cow. Ooh, the corpses move. And there's the archer? Great. Ooh, they breathe fire. I thought they were just going to be like useless people that swings their little handcuffs around. What hit us? Wait, what hit us? Did he explode at the end? I mean, we're now on fire, which kind of sucks, but I think we'll just take the burn damage and then heal. I mean, I want to go there to that tree because there is the gourd upgrade material. Archer and a bat. Great. Archer's quite far away. Alright, that was pretty clean. Let's check out this upper area first then, before we try to move across to the other side. Ooh, meditation spot. As for our points, there is a use for this. Previously, I thought, keeping our current nodes and focus points might not be so useful. But what they mean by keeping actually means I can charge up 3 nodes. And then if I do a proper dodge, I don't have to go into the passive heavy. I can keep the 3 nodes for our light combo and heavy combo, which makes it a little bit useful. And this obviously is also useful because we can get parries off when we don't have a node. Aside from those things, I want to get the clone fully upgraded next. I'm gonna pick this up first. There should be quite a few of these meditation spots, right? Let's see how many. 4. So not a lot. Means not a lot of free level ups. Feels like we can make our way... Nope. Cannot make our way down. Alright, we gotta speed across before the archer picks on us.
Just have to go by sound. Looks like another archer. Alright, can I get a lock on? There we go. Alright, we kill this guy because he can blow fire and I don't want to deal with that. I think he's the source of the fireball too. That hit us earlier. Archer on the bridge. I believe we can get the chests. Gold thread. Excellent. Wait, how are we supposed to clear this? Wait, I can't get over there yet? Huh. Okay, it's not like go down, go up. I guess we have to go this way. Well, not this way, but just checking here. Definitely this way. Is that a war cart that's blowing that fire? Nope. Ow, ow, ow. Yep, they explode. He also gets burned by that, huh? Friendly fire. Which one of our stat is going up? Oh, it's not. It's alcohol soaking material. After we drink, the next time we use our clone ability, it extends the amount of time the clones are out in the field. I mean, that's nice. I think eventually I do want to use the clone a bit more, especially as our mana stat's going to grow to afford it. And also as we get more ability points in it, it can be very good. Wait, we're getting shot at. Let's kill him first. And then I think we can jump down actually. I don't want to activate the bat, so we're pulling back a little. I want to check this lower area first, because it definitely looks like we can jump down. Oh, wait a minute. That's where we end up, which means we can't go over still, right? Not a solution. Alright, the bat is annoying, but the 3 self-exploding... We let the exploding do its thing, and they could chain maybe different explosions to each other. See if that can get some friendly damage. Nope, he's not even near them. That's right, get down. I want to go over there, but right now it doesn't look like we can. Okay, we did make it to another shrine. Bat on the left.
activated him first. Okay, he's gonna jump towards us for sure. We can wait. Okay, here he comes. We might have activated the big one. We hit both. Only if he stepped up. They don't explode if they don't activate before we're... Okay. I thought I had enough distance. I don't think we need to heal here. Full mana. We can even actually take a drink and then take this spirit. The area ahead is a little bit empty. Anything gonna jump out here and fight us? Right, it looks too empty. Ooh, that's something. Oh, the Stone Father. Wait, he's holding a body? We killed the Stone Mother back in chapter 2. Why does he have leathery skin? I guess molten rocks? Igneous rocks, for example? Wait, he has poison? Oh no, we poisoned him for critting. Sitting down, laying down. Cute move. Now you sit down. What is the body he's carrying? He's gonna roar. Nope. The fall has a little damage element in there. He's almost dead. Got anything else? Whoa! Range ability. Well, the body shattered. Oh! Body and his body also hurts again. Alright, what happened to the Stone Father? One day, on the Yellow Wind Ridge, within the valley where we found the Stone Mother, there was a girl who had tattered clothes that rushed in. She was wounded all over, and as she entered this, the stone monster's cave, she made a home for herself there and decided to hide there and live there. Okay. And when the Stone Father returned and found out there was a person living in his cave, he wanted to chase her out. But seeing how pitiful she looked, he, took pity on her and allowed her to rest in there. But little did he know, the girl's gonna use all the food that she can salvage in the cave, and she cooked and made the food into quite delicious meal. And because it was so tasteful, the Stone Father, kind of enjoyed the food and decided to leave the girl
so that she can cook for him every day. From that point on, he was responsible to bring back food and she cooks. So human monster were able to live in harmony for 2 years like this. Then one day, when the girl went out to go wash her clothes, she met a lumberjack from the same village that she was from originally. And after she returned, she started to cry. And it turned out that previously she has been constantly abused by her parents. And because they wanted to marry her to a family whose son is mentally retarded so that they can get basically wedding money from their future son-in-law's family. That's why she ran out of her home. And now that she bumped into someone who's from her village, she's afraid that she would get captured back, and she's quite afraid. And like she predicted, the next day during noon, the villagers came into the valley to look for her. Now, because her parents, were scared of the monster inside the cave, they stayed outside of the cave and just begged. But she did not obey. She didn't want to go out. So, seeing that she doesn't want to come out, they started to curse at her and scold her. At this point, the Stone Father rushed out the cave and roared at them, and they took shelter and ran away. But when the Stone Father went back into the cave, they came out and continued cursing at her. So, because of this, the Stone Father decided to just sit at the entrance of the cave, and at that point, the parents basically said, if the monster does not return their daughter, they will find Taoists and come take care of the monsters. At this point, the girl's a little bit worried that because of her, the monsters would get killed by these Taoist monks. So in the middle of the night, she decided to leave the cave herself. But because it was dark, she accidentally fell down the cliff and died. And by the time the stone monsters found her, her body was already very cold. Now, the Stone Father have heard rumors from the monsters in the mountains that within the Mountain of Flame, there is the immortal of the Iron Fan, so the Iron Fan lady, the princess, who has quite high cultivation, very powerful spells, and it's also very kind. So he thought maybe she can bring her back to life. So he's been carrying her body and has walked all this way to the Mountain of Flame. But after the Iron Fan deity saw the body, I guess they're calling her Xian Immortal, the Iron Fan Immortal saw the body and says that bringing someone back to life is harder than ascending the heavens. And she forcefully tried to do the revival. What you will get is just the shell of a body with no spirit. So basically she can come back, but she'll breathe, but she doesn't have any thoughts, no wisdom, no mental abilities. So she's not going to do it because that's not a fate that's good for her. But the Stone Father didn't want to give up. So every day he would hold her body and wait on the path up the Mountain of Flame, hoping that the Iron Fan lady would take pity on him until the point that her flesh has rotted away and all that remains are her bones, but he still did not give up. Kind of feel bad for the Stone Mother. Like, the husband just kind of ditched her for this girl that cooks for him and hasn't gone home, to the point where she had to take care of all the stone creatures and she had to give up the energy that was gifted to them that made them the original stone monsters, so that she basically had to give up her life to kind of make new monsters, including their son. And she just got abandoned there, got picked on by the soil deity, and then eventually we killed her. He roars and do area damage, slight increase to crit and crit damage, 1%, 3%. I guess if we level that up, that could be higher. I mean, crit for us is quite useful just because we have a poison effect when we do hit a crit due to the gauntlet that we have. Alright, so the big area is just to fight him, huh? He jumped out of this courtyard. Can we go in? We can. Is it time to go in yet, though? There's a path to the left here.
Ah, it's another one of those turtles, the treasure hunter. We already got the mask. Their mask improves drop rate for materials. If you haven't gotten it, definitely farm them. Alright, so he's activated, he will blow up. Oh, we made it to the other side. Where's the archer? Yeah, you are shooting at me. We remember you. Wait, there's so much. Oh, right, we want that tree as well. This guy's crawling out of the ground. The explosion killed him? Okay. I just want this. Alright. I think that's everything here. What's the chance of killing this without activating the big guy? Well, actually, 0. I want to kill this little one first, and then we can just focus on the big one. Got the parry. Got the kill. Oh, of course. We got poisoned. There we go. Wait, the body poisoned me again? Not a big deal. Alright, I think we got everything here. We'll kill the turtle. I don't think we'll go into the courtyard yet, but I think we cleared everything up until that point for this stage. He's alone, huh? He hits pretty hard, but also hits pretty slow. I'm still poisoned? Alright, we're out of stamina. We'll use this. Fancy chest. Ooh. Well, it's gonna be stored. Already have a copy of it. I might upgrade the Stone Father transformation just to see if max level how many crit points we'll get. Alright, I think the shrine is just right back over there. We can open it. Back-to-back boss fight? I don't think so. Or at least elite fights. But we might not find a shrine for a bit. Never mind. We got a war cart right away. And, save me? Oh! This is the trick that the red boy pulled. The little boy hanging up on the tree asking for... Oh, come on, we were just taking a spirit. So he's down there. I'm gonna actually flee from him
because I don't want to trigger that storyline with whoever is trying to pretend to be needing saving. Can't go up here. Yeah, we'll just end it here. I think we'll get summoned to that shrine at the beginning of next episode, and we'll go down, take care of the second of the 5 carts, and see who's asking for help. So until then, bye!